You're watching the Clique on. Hello, I'm Chaiti Narula, and I'm being joined by Rimple and Harpreet, and we share a surname.
Yes, of course.
How cool is that? I almost thought that we were related, so we tried to do that. But I don't think we've come to that.
Yeah,
yet.
we could not.
We can still believe you're country cousins.
Yeah, I
It's
think
fine.
so. I think so. Let's just go with that. But congratulations, the entire country is talking about you with Heeramandi.
Thank you.
How
Thank you
did
so
that
much. First of all,
association come about?
thank you for having us on the show.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
We might just turn out to be cousins. It was only fair.
It's good to be cousins, yes. And about Heeramandi, it's, I think, the collective effort of the Starcast and the great Mr. Bhansali, and of course our little contribution towards the clothes.
I don't think it was little because that's something that really made it what it is. So
Thank you so
don't
much.
underplay it.
So I think the collective contribution of each one has made this masterpiece, which is for everyone to enjoy on screen now.
Yeah, but like we've never had so much appreciation come and so many calls really coming in, after any of the films or usually, shows or whatever we do, as it's been with Heeramandi. But actually, it's also, I mean, making the costumes is one thing, but what you see on screen and probably is also like so many departments which come together, whether it is song and dance or music or lighting or the way it's shot and all of that, how Mr. Bansali manages to look into each and every department to the T, that kind of what he brings in and then creates it. So we are very happy that we actually get to do some work for him.
There is just so much grandeur associated with everything that Sanjay Leela Bhansali does, right? And his attention to detail, like you mentioned, is just phenomenal. How was it working with a man who has made these mega hits and the world is taking cognizance of what great productions they are?
Mr. Bansali is an institution in himself. What is the most beautiful thing about that man is that he is always reinventing himself. He's never happy with, I would say he never stops anywhere. He likes to produce, create cinema, which is like a referral point for other people to follow.
The world to follow.
The world to follow. The opulence he creates, I would say he truly believes in what he does and he's very honest to his craft. He would work relentlessly for hours and not get tired to get that one perfect shot, which is so inspiring for all of us. And it's so much to learn. His knowledge for textiles, his contribution when we are making clothes towards the textiles and the use of colors is truly amazing, because as you don't expect for a cinema guy or a director to actually get so deep into clothes. I think he's truly immersed himself into the culture and the heritage of our country, and that's how he depicts
No,
it.
but not just the clothes, it's every department, because only clothes cannot create what you actually see.
Of course.
Like the music that he composes.
Yeah, the music he
and
started doing
his and all the departments without compromising on the storytelling. That's like that just is so impossible. I mean,
I'd see zero compromise when it comes to Sanjay Leela Bhansali. I'm pretty sure that you described him as a person with so much attention to detail and relentless, right? And that's exactly the kind of people that he would choose to work with. And hence and that's a huge compliment going out to you both as well. You all have done Bollywood before. You all have done Phool Bhulaiya 2.
Padmavat.
You all have done Padmavat. You all have done Houseful.
Padmavat was our first project.
Also. Yes, Padmavati was your first project. What is this love for Bollywood and Rimple and Harpreet? Or Bollywood's love for Rimple and Harpreet?
Or SLB's love for
Or
us.
SLB's love for you?
Yes, tell Harpreet.
I don't know. So, anyways, the clothes that we make, they are always, whatever we make in our, we are never looking at any forecast trends, or we are always referring to cinema. Like whenever I'm sitting with my team and I'm, looking at ki ye pe banana hai, the next collection, or this is the set that we want. I'm just talking about for our label, for what you see on our campaigns and what you see in our shows or what you see in our Instagram. So, the references are always by default coming from cinema.
Old cinema.
So when you do these films, do you get goosebumps when you see all your creations come to life on a big screen? How does it work? Like with Padmavat, you must have had that moment. With Heeramandi, you must have had that moment. What is that moment like? See,
So I don't know. I mean, whenever I'm seeing my work for the first time, you
Yeah.
know, it just does not get absorbed because I don't
He's
know.
very critical about his own
Yeah.
work, I must say. He's never happy. He has always scope for improvement. But when I look at it, especially because Heeramandi is on Netflix, so I don't know how the audience is going to react, but it's playing in our house every day, literally.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
now
yeah.
you must have watched on the big screen at that.
Yeah, we
but
did, yeah.
right now we're just basking in
The
the
Heeramandi
Heeramandi glory.
So my
and-
mother is watching Heeramandi on loop.
Is she? I've seen Deepika Padukone in so many outfits, even by Jamati Savali to couture, which is beautiful, and some biggest names in the world of couture. She's really taken to very well. Recently, I came across a picture of her. She was wearing a kharchut,
Yeah.
and I love the long palla, and I saw that on Instagram, and I said, "This is the most elegant this woman has ever looked." So I obviously
No,
scrolled
she's
down.
always looked
And
elegant.
it said it's a Rimple and Harpreet
Sari.
sari. I mean, that was gorgeous.
Thank
Tell
you
me a
so
little
much.
Thank
more
you
about
so
it.
much.
Jamnagar was
Yeah.
the key. Everybody was,
Everyone was
every
there.
stylist was looking for something for each celebrity, and Deepika being very close to our heart. And I mean, the gorgeous woman she is, the epitome of beauty. The stylist Leela, she had contacted me for something she wanted like the hint or the element of little bit of, the traditional element of Gujarat, and yet something which Deepika could carry, and I could have not thought of anything else but like a gharchola sari with a zardozi border we had to do, and
It was stunning. I kept zooming in to see the detailing and everything.
Yeah, that's a-
She just looked
In
fabulous.
fact, the bandage in that gharchola is very tiny dots. You know, so that gharchola, it must have taken us more than a very long time in getting it
I was
made.
about to come to that. How
Yeah.
long did it take
Yeah, yeah.
you to keep even
very
create that?
meticulously done because
So-
the gharchola dots are really small.
So
if you see.
gharchola, what you generally go into the market, you find gharchola which has these very big, and it's very commercial, and it's very difficult to revive that very tiny bandage dot, because and dyeing it also, and it takes a lot of time. So usually, like the artisans who work who collaborate with us and work with us for gharcholas, they almost take like more than 8 to 9 months prior to the embroidery. We have to order these. Before that, the gharchola fabric is coming from Banaras, and every stage we have to monitor it, and then comes the embroidery and the styling and everything. So these pieces take a very, very long time. But we had
So
already
if I had to put in a timeline, how long would it take?
no. So we
So
already
we were developing a collection on those lines,
Alright.
and
Yeah.
yes, and then this Jamnagar thing happened, and we thought who is better than anybody else to model for something like this, and we were very fortunate that we got a muse who's like more than perfection.
He was so elegant and sophisticated at the same time, had roots deep in India, and it just screamed culture and tradition, heritage. I mean, I don't even know how many more adjectives I can use.
yeah, but that's not just the outfit. It also is who is wearing it.
Wearing
Of course,
And-
of course.
and I
Not
think
everything
yeah,
came
so-
Deepika
together.
has a very,
So you
Everything
can't-
came together.
very, very good personal
This
style,
is-
which adds to any designer she
She's
wears.
the perfect
yes.
muse.
See the perfect muse.
Yeah.
And so, if I had to ask you guys to pick your perfect muse today, outside of Deepika, you've already said Deepika is the perfect muse. Who would it be? Who's the Rimple and Harpreet muse?
I mean, I don't want to
Muses, yeah.
offend anyone. There are lots.
He's never
There are a lot of muses, and these pretty women of Bollywood have actually carried our outfits so well. There's Aditi. Shania has worn us a couple of times. I'm so happy that the new generation is, wanting to wear the 9 yards, the saris,
Yeah.
and that makes me really happy. There are many other. Richa is a very dear friend. She looks beautiful in whatever she wears.
Aditi, of course, she's very beautiful.
She
We
is.
just love designing and making clothes.
In fact, Aditi Rao Hydri, many designers have told me in the past, she is my perfect muse. For some reason, they name Aditi Rao Hydri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And amongst the younger girls, I do like Ananya a lot. She looks very nice in whatever she wears.
Yeah, Ananya's, I think, personal style is also
Yeah.
very nice, and she did a shoot with us. She looked very pretty. She's a very pretty girl. Speaking of shows, at the Heeramandi
Yeah.
premiere, I had a few friends from the industry, and so the premiere was 15 minutes. Like one screen started 15 minutes, and the others. So the one which ended before us, they came out and said, "Hey, congratulations!" And this, I don't want to name, but the person said, Heeramandi is a fashion show of Ra. I said, okay, all right, thank you. I don't know. I have to still see it, so I'll go inside and see it.
Interesting.
So the
interesting.
cinema has given us so much creative freedom. Mr. Bhansali has given us, and I can't be happier and full of gratitude and people talking like it's Ra all over. It's like it fulfills the need.
You know, you still haven't answered my question on why not internationally. Are you planning to manifest it someday?
On the couch,
hopefully, yeah. I
on
mean,
this couch.
Oh no, it's not that.
so we would like to do something, but
Yeah.
the thing is that whatever we have to do with certain kind
Yeah.
of honesty, and that involves a lot
Yeah.
of planning and hard work.
Yeah.
But as probably it would be one of the next things that we'll start working on. It's been overdue. We
I'm
are
sure a lot of
looking.
our international brides are
Yeah.
looking forward for it. And
We are considering a store.
if you promise something here, they'll get excited. I'll get DMs then. When is the store opening?
No, it's been a very fabulous journey, I believe, and I believe you've got more interesting projects lined up too. So all the very best for those projects. I would really, really love to see many, many more films come your way, many more brides and grooms having the Rimple and Harpreet wedding too.
Thank you so much.
All the
Thank you so
very
much.
best, and thank you for taking the time out and talking to
No,
me.
it was
Pleasure's ours.
pleasure.
All right, thank
Lovely.
you.